Hey, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a mushroom that I found here that is past the eating stage. I'm actually a little disappointed because I've been looking for this mushroom in this exact spot and I haven't been up here for a few days and I missed it. So I'll show you this mushroom. I'll show you how we definitely know that it's past the eating stage. And then just as a reminder, please don't ever go out into the forest and eat something just because it looks like something that I've shown on camera or in photos. You need to do your own study and research and be able to positively identify things for yourself. That is actually really, really important. And again, I'm not an expert. I have only been studying mushrooms for about 3 years. There's so much that I don't know and don't understand. And, but I still just want to be able to share with you guys as I learn and grow. So ready? Here we go. Okay, here it is. This is chicken of the woods. This particular chicken of the woods is Laetiporus sulphureus, if I'm saying that right. And what helps me kind of remember the name is sulphureus, sulfur, bright orange. That all kind of goes together for me in my mind. This one is growing on a dead oak. My husband was able to identify what it was growing on for me last year when they were growing in the forest. And that's actually really important with this one. There is another Laetiporus mushroom that looks just like this one. It's a chicken of the woods, the same colors, the same shape, everything. And it grows on dead and dying evergreens. And that one you don't want to eat. Another note about the various chicken of the woods, there are two that I know of that we eat, the Laetiporus sulphureus, like this one, and oh goodness, I just looked it up, but I always forget how to say the last part. It's Cincinnatus, I think. Somebody please look that up and correct me, or I'll correct myself. I'd love for you guys to learn with me. Always be checking your own materials and have discussions with me in the comments. Anyway, this one, I don't know if you all can see all the critters. So we've got insects all over it. For me, when I see a lot of insects around a mushroom like this, again, I'm not an expert. This is just my own personal experience. Somebody who is an expert could either tell you why I'm right or wrong, but when I see this many critters, or even not quite this many critters, it's usually kind of even a sign for me from a distance that that it's beyond edibility stage. So some other ways that we can tell here are the holes. Let's see if I can get the camera to go closer. Yeah, so we can see holes in the mushroom where things have bored in there. And then a little closer look, if we grab, you can see that there's really not much flesh left here. There's all of these tunnels in there for actually the little maggots that you can see, one right there. There's one. See if we can get a little closer even. Yep. And those guys are actually pretty normal to find in mushrooms. Unfortunately, you have to catch them pretty darn young to have literally none of these guys in there. And so some people, what they'll do is they'll do a salt soak, which I do. I like to do a salt soak when I am selecting certain mushrooms, not all of them. I don't do a salt soak with my boletes because that would just be slimy and gross, but especially when I'm picking oysters and some other types. And that salt soak will get these guys See if we can see them again here. These guys to come out, it usually kills them. And again, it's hard to avoid. What's funny is some of the people that I interact with online that are experts or mycologists, they will actually call these little proteins. And again, something that I think that we don't understand when we're not close to nature anymore is that there's stuff like this to deal with, whether you're gardening, whether you're foraging, or if you're buying it at the store. And even the foods that we buy in the store, I think I've said this before, they have a certain number of parts per million of insects that they allow in the food, because it really is completely unavoidable. So the closer that you get to nature, the more you get able to handle things like that. When I first started seeing stuff like that in my mushrooms, I really kind of thought I was going to die. And then I started getting used to it, reminding myself this is all just a part of nature. And in fact, the more time I spend in nature, and even some of the things that I've had trouble with my entire life, like spiders, are getting to be less scary. But back on the subject of this mushroom, again, this one should be done with caution. Make sure that you are only harvesting it from non-evergreen trees, so deciduous trees, and also eat just a little bit at a time. If you are foraging it for the first time, this one can tend to be more GI upsetting than some of the other ones out there. And do your own research. So I am looking forward to doing more videos for you, hopefully, as we go about foraging and mushrooms and plants and herbal medicines and things, and helping you learn and grow along with me. We'll talk to you later.